Good day, everyone! Praise be Jesus and Mary. I am Miss Carrie Lanzaderas, but you could call me Teacher Carrie. And today we will be discussing all about understanding verbs. But before we begin, I would like you all to participate in our activity so that you would be energized before we start our discussion, okay? So for this activity, all you have to do is to follow what you see in the video. So if you know this song or you're familiar with this song, you can sing along. And if you don't, then don't worry because you can follow along as the video comes to an end. Understood? Then let's get it started!
Put your left foot in, put your left foot out, put your left foot in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Put your right foot in, put your right foot out, put your right foot in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left hand in, put your left hand out, you put your left hand in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your right hand in, put your right hand out, put your right hand in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left shoulder in, put your left shoulder out, put your left shoulder in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your right shoulder in, put your right shoulder out, put your right shoulder in and shake it all about. Do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your head in, you put your head out, you put your head in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your whole self in, you put your whole self out, put your whole self in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
So I hope you're now energized and ready to listen as we begin our discussion. But before we forget, let us know our objectives first. So at the end of the lesson, the students will be able to recognize common action words. Second, participate in doing action words during activities. And lastly, list different action words that they have learned. So I hope that by the end of the lesson, you will be able to achieve these 3 objectives. Understood? Okay, now let us begin our discussion. Okay, so during your activity earlier, what did you do? You are dancing, right? So, as you are dancing, what are the steps you are doing as you dance? You are putting your right hand in, out, as well as your left hand and your 2 legs. And you're also hopping in and out and turning around as well, right? So, as you are doing this, you are what? Doing movements. So you are moving your whole body. So what do you call this when you are moving? You are doing some actions. And now take note of this. When you hear the word verb, then it is connected to doing actions. Because in simple terms, a verb is an action word. Understood? Okay. So, to know or recognize an action word or verb in a simple sentence, you are going to identify which word there is doing an action. Okay? So, let's take this for an example. How about earlier? You are dancing. So, where is the action word there or the verb? Is it you? No, right? Because it is implying to you, which is a person doing the action, not the action itself, right? How about are? No, because this is just part of the simple sentence, which is what we call linking verb, which connects the noun and the action verb together. Okay? So, since are connects the noun and the action word, and since you is not the verb since it is implying to a person, then where is the action word there? Of course, it is the word dancing. So, dancing is the verb in the simple sentence. So, to elaborate or expand your understanding in verbs, I will present examples of different pictures, and along with that pictures, there are simple sentences. So together, we will know or recognize where is the verb or action word in that sentence. Okay? So let us now begin with the first picture. So the first sentence here is I can read. As you can see in the picture, there is a child. And what is she doing? She is reading a book, right? So, in the sentence, I can read, who is the I there based from the picture? It is the child. And what is she doing? She is reading. And what is reading? It is an action word. So, therefore, read is the verb in the sentence. Okay? Next picture, there is a mother and her child. So, the mother is telling a story, and the sentence says, I can listen. So, if you are the child in the story, what will you do if your mother is telling a story? You are going to listen, right? So, therefore, what is the action there? It is the word listen. So, the verb in the sentence is the word listen. I can hug is the sentence. So, where do you think, or what do you think is the action word in the sentence? Of course, the word hug is the action word since it is implying that the I is hugging someone. So it is the action word in a sentence. Next, I can jump. Where do you think is the verb there? Of course, the only verb there is the word jump because it is the only word that is doing an action. Okay, that is what we did earlier, right? We are jumping in and also out. And what are we doing? It is doing an action. So therefore, jump is the verb in the sentence. And that's all for our practice in recognizing action words or verbs in a simple sentence. So, in order for you to know more about action words, I have here an activity. So this activity is like a guessing game. I call this charades. But I will be the one that will act out the action. And what you will do is just list what you think is the action I am doing. And after the actions, I will present the answer so that you will know if what you have listed there is correct or wrong. Understood? Are you now ready? Let us now begin. So how did you do? Did you got it all correct? If you did, then great job, because knowing a lot of actions makes it easier to recognize action words or verbs in a sentence. So I really hope that you have understand what verb is, and I hope that you have achieved our 3 objectives. So you remember it. First, recognize common action word. Second, participate in doing action words during our activity. So I hope that as we are identifying or recognizing action words in our example sentences earlier, you are also doing actions there or not to remember the actions, okay? And of course, the last is list different action words that you have learned. So what you did earlier while I was doing the actions, you have listed it, right? So I hope that you really are doing our activities so that you will learn something today. So now, since our discussion is already coming to an end, I will leave you with a Bible verse before we actually end this. So this is the Bible verse. This is from Matthew chapter 23, verse 1 to 3. Action speaks louder than words. And that's it for our discussion for today. I really hope that you have understood what we have discussed. Most especially, you are enjoying while learning something, right? So, once again, I am Karil Lanzaderes. You can call me Teacher Kari. And I am now saying goodbye to you as we are now ending this session. Bye-bye!